Hi, and welcome back to the Plant-Based Quick Cooking Show. I'm Karen, and I come to you every week from the Center for Plant-Based Living right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, this week's recipe is really special. A friend of mine was looking for a snack or just some kind of little bite that was higher in plant protein, higher in naturally occurring fats, so no oils but a whole fat, and really low on the sugars. So I got to work and I created this cookie that I promise you is super nutrient dense and really delicious. Let's get started. Okay, first we're going to take some dates, and I have boiled them in hot water for about 10 minutes and then drain them so they're nice and soft. There's about 10 dates here. Don't forget to take the pits out. Now we're going to create a date paste, or we're just going to break them down a little bit. Put them in your food processor and go. Okay, perfect. Now, once you've almost kind of got a paste, then we're just going to add everything else in. And today I'm using oat flour. Now, don't go out and buy oat flour. If you have oats in the house for oatmeal, throw them in a dry blender, give them a couple minutes on high, and you've got oat flour. No need to buy it. And we're using, I think it's 1 cup if memory serves. And also now, 1/2 cup of cooked quinoa. Doesn't matter if it's the dark or the red or the white, the pearled, does not matter at all. Now what I've done here is I've taken a little bit of flax seed, a teaspoon or a tablespoon and a half, and mixed it with 3 tablespoons of water. Let that sit for about 10 minutes and becomes really gelatinous, just like an egg, so it makes a great binder. Also adds a ton of fiber. I'm such a fiber geek. Okay, now a banana. Now you really want one of those deliciously sweet bananas because that's going to add more sweetness to your cookie as well. So you want an overripe banana. Throw that guy in there. And we're also going to add a half cup of natural peanut butter. So you want the jar or the container of peanut butter to only say peanuts, ground peanuts, no extra oils or salts or anything like that. And I like to use the chunky peanut butter just because it gives it a nice texture, but it's up to you. Now we're adding the antioxidants in here. So we're using cacao powder, and that's C-A-C-A-O powder, not cocoa powder. If you have cocoa powder in the house and you don't feel like going out shopping, totally fine, use cocoa powder. But I like to use cacao powder because it's one of the highest sources of antioxidants in foods, and it has the highest amount of flavonoids. Cacao is also very, very high in protein, fiber, magnesium, and iron. This is a powerhouse. And we're using 2 heavy tablespoons. And I'm just going to add just a pinch of salt, though that's up to you. Now you've got a lot going on in this food processor. What you want to do is get it going, actually run it on high, and wait for a ball of dough to appear. Shouldn't really take too long. Okay, we've got that nice ball of dough that has appeared after about probably 20 or 30 seconds of blending or of processing. Doesn't really take very long. Now we're just going to take out, it's going to be very, very thick. So just know that. You haven't done anything wrong. This is about, like, look at this. This is crazy. Now we're just going to get all of our dough out of our food processor and then take a parchment lined baking sheet and add all of our little cookies onto it. I've gloved up just for an easier cleanup. And now we're going to take our dough, really thick dough, and pick off about 1.5 to 2 inches worth and ball it up. It should be just a little bit smaller than a golf ball, and then give it a little squeeze and put it down there on your cookie sheet. And we're going to do this until we're all out of dough. Just little circles. Okay, our cookies are just about ready to go. And this part is totally up to you, but because there's peanut butter in these cookies and they're kind of reminiscent of a peanut butter cookie, I like to take my fork and just do that little design on top that peanut butter cookies have. So I'm going to do this and then put these in a 350 oven for 25 minutes. Then they're done. I just pulled these out of the oven and they smell divine. Chocolatey and peanut buttery goodness. Oh. Okay, so here's what's happening here. My friend requested a healthy amount of protein and naturally occurring whole fats. Ding and ding, got them both. Now because we're using only plant-based ingredients, we've got a lot of fiber going on here too, right? Fiber geek. And also, one last thing, well, two last things. No added sugars, because we use dates, so that's a naturally occurring sugar. And we're using the cacao powder, which is going to really help boost and maintain a healthy immune system and gut health. So as much as I would love to call this the perfect cookie, because it really is, I'm going to call this Andy's cookie because I made it for my friend Andy. And I hope you all love it just as much as I do. Take really good care. I'll see you next week.